I'm gonna get canceled.
How's that song go? Breakup? It's the first of the month?
What? Okay, what song are you talking about?
That's the song I'm talking about. The song that goes breakup is the first of the month.
Who?
Breakup.
Who made that song?
It's the first of the month. Never heard it?
No.
Super popular.
I don't think it is.
I like it. It's on my playlist.
Why?
Why not?
What up, Hope Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. I feel like my husband is trying to tell me something.
I just like music. One time we had this song that I sent to my wife back when we started dating. And it's by the Arctic Monkeys. So I was like, yeah, man, listen to this song. Then I went about my day. Boom. I don't think I talked to her a couple hours before. Didn't talk to her for a couple hours after.
Yep.
And then we meet up at some point where she is distraught.
Weeping.
What was the name of the song? Do you remember?
It's called Do I Wanna... Yes, of course I remember. Obviously, I remember. It's called Do I Wanna Know.
Yeah.
And it's about going back to your ex.
That is not what it's about exactly.
Crawling back to you.
Crawling back to you.
Who did you run into that day?
My ex.
The day that you sent me that song?
My ex.
And then said, oh, I thought of this song when I ran into my ex. You put me through a lot. It was very distressing.
And you could have took it as I was crawling back to you, as in I was crawling back to you.
Ignore my husband eating his cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe ball. I'm halfway done.
This is Casually Explained Breakups. What some of you guys might not know is that Chavezz and I broke up at one point.
We did.
Yeah.
It was for the good of me.
Chavezz and I broke up at one point, and it was for only 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, I managed to derail my entire life.
I had finals, and I had to focus. She was like a succubus.
But look, here we are now, back better than ever. It's kind of like how, you know, forest fires are actually really good for the forest if they happen the right way.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to completely destroy something.
Right, yeah.
Grind it to dust.
Okay. Okay.
For it to reach its full potential.
So you're like a phoenix.
Like
you rose
meth.
from the what? No, like a phoenix. Rising from the ashes, not like meth.
I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. I'm excited to see what this video has in store for us. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
They say that the heart is a muscle, so in order for it to get stronger, you have to train it to failure. And while America is speedrunning that in real time, today we're talking about breakups. Breakups, also known in this economy as finding new roommates, is when you're in a serious romantic relationship with a partner and then say to yourself, I don't want to be with this person anymore.
Yeah.
You then think, maybe a dog will fix this. When that doesn't work, you then think, maybe a kid will fix this.
Damn.
But I digress. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Oh my God.
Conventionally, a breakup occurs in 5 stages, so I thought I'd go through each one step by step so you can see where and if you're on that timeline.
All right.
Somebody that whole being like, is this me?
Yeah.
Stage 1. The first stage of a breakup is always the hardest, which is finding someone to date in the first place. A reason why this stage is important is because the way that you get into a relationship in the first place can really determine your individual attitudes towards each other as it progresses. For example, when a girl gets asked out and she says yes, she's thinking, wow, what a cool guy, I'm so happy, my life's going to be so much better. But when a guy asks out a girl and she says yes, he's thinking, uh-oh, she must be an idiot. Stage 2, seeing red flags in the relationship.
Okay.
Now, if you're watching this and think you're in a good relationship right now, it might be a good idea to check for signs that it's heading south before it actually gets there. So I decided to browse r/relationship advice and become an expert on the topic so I can share some examples of more subtle red flags you might not pick up on and how you should respond. Let's say you've been dating your girlfriend for 5 years and you live together. One day she's at work and you walk into the living room and see a magazine open on the coffee table to a jewelry ad. You look closer and see a couple engagement rings that are circled and one in particular with love hearts around it.
Okay.
How should you respond? Exactly. She's obviously never mentioned it, but she's clearly cheating on you with her husband. So best to break up and tell her that you're moving on.
Damn.
Let's say you've been on a few dates with a girl and you feel you have great chemistry. While you're creeping her socials as usual, suddenly she texts you, hey, I miss you. Can we hang out again soon? Now this is of course a great sign, but you don't want to seem too needy. So set a timer for 1 hour so you can respond at exactly the right time.
You're already dating. You're already. Why are you doing this in the dating stage? He's got combo starters down there.
It's so funny.
He's Googling emoji meetings.
After that, a few minutes go by, and then she sends you a message on Instagram. It's a picture of her in the hospital, kissing a bald guy on the cheek with the caption, "Me with my stepbrother." How should you respond? Exactly, I know Johnny sins when I see him. Best to wait the remaining 56 minutes, break up, and tell her that you're moving on. Let's say you're overseas from your partner and have been in a relationship as long as you can remember, but are currently having a big fight about the joint vision of your future. You want to pursue a more down-to-earth existence on your farm, selling hemp and cotton clothing you've grown yourself. But they're reaching their financial peak and want to experience the luxuries of life. You message them that you want to end the relationship, but they respond, "To do what? To run your stupid little farm? I'm the one making all the money. How do you plan on being able to afford to do that without me subsidizing you?" How should you respond?
Now, first of all, if your girlfriend says the word subsidizing to you, you probably should break up.
Exactly. You've already figured out a great way to keep labor costs down. Best to just declare independence and tell them you're moving on. Stage 3, the breakup. While breakups aren't fun for anyone, men in particular don't usually take rejection very well, whether it's from girls, election results, or especially art school.
That's a Hitler joke. In case you missed it. It's just in case you were not picking up what he was putting down. That's a Hitler joke.
Like watching a comedy special with my wife. That's a Hitler joke. That was a joke about Hitler. I don't know if you caught on to that.
Some people...
Fucking idiot.
Some people might not know.
Okay, well now they know. Because Hitler did art.
But he not well enough to get into art school. And, it's actually really a shame that Hitler...
Didn't go to art school?
I was going to say that...
She's wishing good things on Hitler?
I was going to say that Hitler wasn't alive today.
It's a shame that Hitler's not still alive.
Because...
The biggest because of your life. You probably should restructure that sentence. Should...
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. First of all, TW Hitler. If Hitler was alive today, I feel like the art community would be a lot more supportive than they were back then.
Do you think you should be discussing Hitler support in any context?
I'm just saying.
Okay, right.
That if Hitler made his art today, somebody out there would be like, "Hey man, you can't talk. Like, it's a good thing that you're trying." Right? Back then, right? They used to be like, "Yo, if your shit doesn't look like the best shit I've ever seen in my life," subjectively, because let's be real, some of that art back then was a little, they were like, if it doesn't fit these specific parameters, get the fuck out of here. But nowadays, people of all art levels are out here making a living on their art.
Do you see how you made an argument against Hitler and also for Hitler at the same time? That means the standards were good to have. Nobody wants a Hitler in their school. And now we would just let little Hitlers just be out there, all just scattered about. So just know, if your art's kind of and you're still doing it to make a living, make sure you're also not a little Hitler. Okay, you got dual responsibility now. Because before we would have weeded you out with bullying. We can't do that anymore. You got to do it yourself. Self-regulate your Hitler tendencies. That's what she's trying to say. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I was saying Hitler might not have become Hitler in this day and age.
What an insane argument to make. He was nuts.
All he needed was support.
I don't think that's true.
I actually also don't think that's true. And if I could go back in the past, I would definitely shoot Hitler.
Okay.
Like, pew, pew, pew. Even if he was a baby, just like...
I was about to say, but what about baby Hitler? All right, off we go. Let's wrap that up and just move on. This is about breakups. I don't know how we got here. What the fuck just happened?
This is because if you're a girl and your female friend goes through a breakup, the game plan is clear. She'll text, "We broke up," to the group chat, then you all get together immediately, have a few bottles of wine, talk some shit about their ex, tell your friend she deserves better, and then have a pillow fight or something. For guys, the game plan is much more simple. He'll text the group chat, "Just a heads up, me and Katie broke up." You then reply, "Damn, that fucking sucks, dude. You good?" He'll then say, "Yeah, I'm all right." And your job is done. What else could you possibly do? Now, regardless of whether you're a guy or a girl, whenever you're about to break up with someone, it's likely you'll start second-guessing your intuition, and it would be worth it if you struggled to replace them. So you have to ask yourself the most important question to see if you should go through with it.
Okay.
Who's going to pay the other half of the rent?
Ha!
While boomers and Gen X often complain that if you live with someone and break up, they get half your net worth. This, of course, isn't a problem for Gen Z or millennials because half of the negative number is pure profit.
Yeah.
The real pain, of course, is losing custody of the houseplants. Similarly, one of the worst situations to be in when you're going through a breakup is when you have kids. This is the worst case scenario because not only is someone breaking up with you, but you also have kids. At some point, you really have to start wondering how you keep fucking up over and over again. Stage 4, getting over it. Whenever you go through a breakup, the most important thing is to not wallow in your own misery. You should only do that if your ex finds someone new in 2 weeks and they're exactly the same as you but hotter.
Damn.
Now, one of the critical steps of getting over a breakup is thinking about how your own attitudes and behaviors contributed to the relationship falling apart.
Like that one time we had a whole 4-minute discussion about Hitler, nonstop, with subpoints. Okay.
And what you could do better next time.
Less Hitler. It's just a very clear line. It's a very clear, it's a red flag. We should change that.
That discussion that I had about Hitler.
Saying Hitler a lot in this video to get it monetized, by the way, just so you know.
Made me think of that girl who made that video about Vladimir Putin.
Yes,
she was like, if I was your mother. I'm over here like...
I would fix him. I give him the love he needs. Bro, if you are new here and you don't get the satire, you don't get the jokes, go on thinking this is who we are as people. It would make us a lot more entertaining.
Oh, my God.
Oh, good Jesus.
I'm going to get canceled.
I don't think...
I put in a lot of work to make sure I don't say a lot of cancelable things online. And I don't give a fuck what you guys say. Okay, marshmallows are nasty. Okay, and jalapenos and popcorn are good.
Oh my God.
Those are like my only cancelable takes.
Shut up.
Until this video.
Someone new in 2 weeks, and they're exactly the same as you, but hotter. Now, one of the critical steps of getting over a breakup is thinking about how your own attitudes and behaviors contributed to the relationship falling apart and what you could do better next time. If you ask a girl what would prevent another bad breakup happening to them, they might say, I should be more attentive and affectionate, and maybe communicate my thoughts more openly instead of expecting my partner to know, and make sure I don't make them prioritize my feelings at the expense of theirs. To men, self-reflection is of course way too complicated, as we like to have simple, concrete steps rather than vague hypotheticals. Which is why if you ask a guy what would prevent another bad breakup happening to them, the answer is a simple 2-step process. Bench 3 plates, Bugatti Chiron. After stage 4, we of course have stage 4. Now they say that one of the best ways to get over someone is to get under someone else. But when you've just gone through a breakup, it's likely been a while since you've been dating. And you might think, well, I think I'm a 7, so that's what I'm looking for. And then someone else will say, I think you're a 5.
Damn.
Now, in the dating market, this is called a bid-ask spread, and is essential to establish right away so you can see approximately what type of person is in your league. This is why when I get back on Tinder after a breakup, the first thing I do is set the radius to maximum, but you can pick any size of girl you want. Now, if you've only recently started dating again, the first thing you'll notice is how the dating meta has completely changed. If you're a girl, the first thing you're going to be thinking is, what the fuck is a Riz? And if you're a guy, you're going to be asking yourself, why does every girl I match with keep sending me links to viruses? The good news is that even though you might still be hurt by your fallen relationship, through the experience you've likely grown a lot as a person, so at least you'll have learned from your mistakes and won't have to do it all again. Stage 5, do it all again. From this point, you simply repeat the process until you accidentally have a child, or you run out of money, or you try a polyamorous relationship until they go exclusive and you're the third wheel, or you get back with your ex and make it work because you overestimated your other options, or you realize that you can't say you don't like broccoli if you've never tried it, so you add Grindr to the rotation. Now, one of the worst feelings I've had going through a breakup was when they said, but are you sure? Do you really want to get rid of everything we've done together? I mean, maybe you could just keep me around and use me when you want to. And as much as it hurt to hear that, Microsoft Edge really sucked at the time.
I love it.
I didn't consider at all that he may have gone through a breakup, which caused this video to happen.
Oh, that was my first thought.
Until that very last portion, and then that turned out to be a joke. So that I am good. I'm relieved.
Okay, so here's my favorite thing about breakups.
Boom.
Okay. First of all, I've only experienced 2 breakups in my life. So I do not have a lot of personal experience with breakups.
Yeah.
And none of it is recent. Okay. My last breakup was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. But nowadays, I love when you can tell that someone has broken up with their significant other based on what they post on their Instagram story. Stuff about like when you walk away from what's not meant for you, what's meant for you will find you. All this, it's
opening one door
good.
Doesn't mean you gotta go back through. You gotta push forward.
My favorite thing was when 2 people that I was friends with on Instagram, they broke up, but they didn't like announce their breakup.
Okay.
Right? So, but then they both just started posting like passive aggressive shit. And I was like, wait a minute. And I told my husband, I was like, I think these people broke up. My husband's like, why would you think that? Blah, 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 blah. I haven't heard anything. And I was like, these people are not dating anymore. Go onto their Instagram. Suddenly, all of their photos together, gone.
That's crazy.
Gone.
How long after a breakup do you start deleting the Facebook pictures?
For some people, it's like immediate. Like as soon as we say we're broken up, those pictures are done.
I got rid of the last photo like 2 months ago. Like I didn't even know it was there. Like, oops.
Oh, my bad.
Should probably take this down.
Anyway, please continue having your messy relationship drama as public. I'm nosy, okay?
Yeah. Send me links to the post as well. Take screenshots of the text messages.
I love it.
Forward them over.
I love it.
Yeah, those are great.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your reaction requests and recommendations in the comments below. Peace out, Ho Biscuits. It's Skittin' Lit.